This is exactly what I needed and what I was waiting for from Chanel. I am so happy that they came out with a new concealer before the end of the year. Now, I know a lot of you guys love this OG concealer from Chanel. I'm not a big fan of it. I like it, but I know there's betters out there. Now, this new thing over here sounds right up my alley. This is the Sublimage concealer, $95, and it's made in France. This comes with a custom brush that is supposed to elevate the application. Super tiny though. Why is this so small though? Besides the brush, you also get a little spoolie that I really appreciate, because when it comes to this type of packaging, I don't really like to stick my fingers or nails in there. It's just not the best thing to do. The packaging is super luxe. It's glass, it's weighty, and I really like it. It's available in 10 shades, and just so you know, for reference, the shades of the new concealers, they're supposed to be very similar to the shades that we get in the Lone Wear concealer. I actually picked up the shade 32 because when I went to the store, I tried 32 of this concealer and I liked it. So hopefully they do look the same, but I think this is the perfect shade. Let's swatch the shade. The only thing about this packaging is that it is so messy. Ugh, I love this packaging, but I hate how messy it is. This is the shade 32, and the reason why I got the shade is because they got a little bit of pinky undertone. If I don't find my concealer with peach undertone, I'm going for pinky. I don't like nothing golden or yellow under my eye. I just really love how pink or peach neutralize dark circles. We're gonna leave the swatch sitting there to see if it oxidizes, but you guys know that I'm a big fan of the Sublimage foundation. This foundation right here, it's special. In case you didn't know, the Sublimage line, it is the most expensive one from Chanel. It's just bougie. And the best part is that this new concealer got the same beautiful ingredients as this foundation. It is infused with intense vanilla planifolia water that provides smoothing, firming, and depuffing benefits. And it also got Cetylite Cedar Extract that targets dark circles for a long-term impact. The shade did oxidize, but by a hair. Let's move on to the application part of this video, and let's put this concealer to the test. For anything, we have to make the lips look juicy, so I'm going to be using this balm from Chanel. This one is the 918. Love this. And of course, with this concealer, we have to use the Sublimage foundation, and this is the shade B40. I did my hair by myself this time, and that's the reason why my sculpt is red. When my hair baby does it, she's a little bit more careful. I was like, hey, it looks worse in camera, I promise. Foundation is life. It's beautiful. This is perfection in a bottle. And one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this new concealer is because I love this foundation so much. This is only a little bit of foundation, and look how much better my skin looks compared to the side. Two little small pumps cover my whole entire face. Now I'm gonna be using my Hourglass brush, and I'm gonna be applying one more pump to the brush, a little bit right here, and on the forehead. And this is what's gonna give me the extra coverage that I need. This is buildable. It's gonna give you a nice solid medium coverage. As you can see, it looks very natural. This is not gonna give you full coverage. It's not gonna cover your whole background up, but if you need more coverage, just spot conceal with your concealer, and that's gonna do the job. Let's move on to the good part. You don't understand, I'm dying over this packaging. I like it so much. We're gonna open it up, and I'm gonna get my little spoolie and my little cute ass brush. Ready? This is so little but so cute, and I really like the shape of it. You have your little Chanel logo in the back, so when you're using it, you let them know. It comes with a little plastic lid, and I recommend you to not throw it away. Always keep it there. Right after you're done using it, put it back. It's gonna keep your concealer safe for a lot longer. And of course, like always, packagings like this are very messy. With the spoolie, I'm gonna grab a little bit from the plastic top, a little bit right there, a little bit right here on my lid. A little goes a long way. I still have some here, and I didn't really pick up a lot. And then now I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more and I'm gonna apply right here in the back of my hand, just in case I need a little extra. I don't have to keep opening and taking it out. And yes, this is already going everywhere. This is why I do not like this type of packaging. Look, I have concealer all over my fingers. I am using the little brush, and let me tell you that I'm liking it. It's blending the product fast, even. It's giving coverage. This concealer is supposed to correct without creasing. It's blending like butter. Look at the way it's melting into the skin. You definitely don't need no more. And it's giving me a lot more coverage than what I was expecting. Look. Wow. Now for this eye, we're gonna be blending it with the Rare Beauty concealer brush. This is the brush that I use basically every day. I don't know if it's me. No, I'm pretty sure you could see it too. But the side that we blended with this little mini brush looks like it gave me a little bit more coverage than this one. See? And I picked up the perfect shade. It is a bit lighter than my foundation, and it is brightening my under eye area. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more right here from the back of my hand with the Chanel brush for this side, because we can perfectly see that this is giving me more coverage than the other brush from Rare Beauty. Applying a little bit right here on top of my brow because I look tired. And remember that if you apply concealer right here, it's gonna lift up your face. It's gonna make you look awake. Just a tiny bit, it does the job. I'm gonna be using whatever I have left right here for the rest of my face. I'm gonna apply a little right here on my nose. Beautiful. And then look, I can just go back and blend it after it's been sitting there for a little bit. And it gives you room to play. It doesn't dry too fast, see? Peep that illumination. It's making the skin look healthy, juicy. It is combined with light particles and pigments that is going to correct wrinkles, dark circles, fine lines. And this brush, I really thought it was gonna be like a whatever type of brush, you know, that we weren't gonna use, but damn, I'm into it. I swear that I keep blending this concealer because it's just so satisfying to blend, not because I have to keep blending it. Let me just put the brush down and let's set it. Setting my lids with my Pomegranate under eye powder. A little bit more right here on my under eyes. So far it's not setting. See that? But stay tuned to the end of the video because I am going to be showing you how this concealer looks at the end of the day with no powder. It doesn't matter how long you leave it sitting there because when you go back to blend it, it blends like a dream. Let me go finish up my makeup really quick and I'll be back. Alright babes, I'm done with the makeup look. I kept it simple, something for every day with a little bit of fall vibes, and you already know what time is it. You're gonna spend the day with me. We're gonna be doing check-ins throughout the day, and I see you right here at the end of the day. I forgot powder, so I don't know what the heck we're gonna do right here. I forgot to tell you that it's like 3 something in the afternoon. I'm gonna try to have it on for at least 8 hours or more, but we have a dilemma. Besides the powder, I also forgot my bronzer. I don't have nothing to contour. I'm so freaking aggravated right now. But it's my husband's fault for rushing me in the morning. I actually really thought that I had everything I needed, but whatever. We're gonna have to leave it just like this. It's not set. I did apply a little tiny bit of blush just to give the face a little bit of dimension, but this is what we have. No matter what, we're still trying this concealer. I had it on already for a little over an hour and it's not really creasing, even though it's not set. I do wish I had powder and bronzer though. Even though you see a little tiny bit of creasing, I do want you to have in mind that it's not set. If I have powder, it won't be creasing at all. I am wearing the Sublimage foundation, just so you know. I already had the concealer on for a little longer than 4 hours. I'm still out, I'm about to eat. And this is where we at. Remember that it's on set. I have no powder at all, so if it looks shiny a little bit right here, it's on set. Well, so far, so good. Gardens, I'm in the bedroom. I'm about to go home. I'm tired. It's 10 p.m. I already had the concealer on for about 7 hours, and this is how it's looking. Of course, my face looks a little shiny right here, basically on my T-zone, but I have no powder, so I want you to have that in mind. But the skin looks chef kiss. As you know, when I left the house today, I forgot my powder, my bronzer, and a bunch of the makeup. So this was me today all day with my foundation, concealer. Yes, my eyes are done, but I have no dimension in my face. But whatever, I left things like that because we really need to see what's up with this concealer. It is 1 in the morning, so I already had it on for 10 hours. I brought you all the way in so you can see things a little better. I am a little bit shiny all around my face because I didn't set my foundation neither. When it comes to the concealer, I do feel that my eyelids, my eyeshadow, it's creasing a little bit more than normal right here. I haven't touched my under eyes at all since I applied the concealer, so I do want to pick up my concealer brush. And I want to see if it's still blendable because I know there's some concealers that if you try to blend them a couple of hours after you apply, it gets patchy, it starts to look dry, cakey. So let's see. Wow, this one looks good. Look. Whatever little creasing I had going on right there, it went away. And it's not looking patchy or cakey at all. So if you're the type that you don't really like to apply powder on your under eye area, this is for you, baby, because you don't have to worry about this concealer creasing on you at the end of the day if you don't set it. Alright, babes, I'm on rooms to go looking for things, but let me show you how the concealer looks. I already had it on for a little more than 3 hours. Oh, the foundation came off my nose, so don't mind that. And you see a little tiny bit of like darkness right here in this area. And I mean, so far it's not creasing that bad. Whatever you see right there, they're my fine lines. Hey sexy, I came to a mall really quick. They're about to close. And wait, I have a mirror right here. Let me see myself really quick. I already had the concealer on for 6-7 hours, and this is how it looks. Remember, the light right here be changing, so this lighting, it's making the darkness peek through a little bit more than before. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. I do see a little bit of creasing right here and right here, but that's the same creasing that I have from before. But besides that, my under eyes, I mean, it feels comfortable. It's not feeling dry or crusty. None of that. But let me do what I came to do, and I see you in a little bit. Mwah. Love you. I'm back, babe, and it is 12:06 a.m. I know, it's super late. I also told you that I wasn't going to do another wear test. I just can't. It's not me to leave things I've done. It was disturbing my peace. So whatever. Now even better because we get to see how the concealer looks on set without powder and set with powder. It was a long ass day. I left the house early. I ended up doing my makeup again on the go around 3 in the afternoon. So we've been wearing this concealer for about 9 hours or maybe a little bit more than that. I am wearing the Sublimage foundation again today, and I do look a little bit glowy all around, but my skin looks healthy and it feels good. Remember that right now it is very dry, so I barely apply powder, but if you have oily skin, this is a very glowy foundation. You have to make sure that you set it really good with powder. I lowered my lights. I brought you all the way in because I want you to be able to see how things look from up close. When it comes to my eyeshadow, it's creasing. Like I told you before, this concealer, it's not going to be the best bet for you to use on your lids as eye primer. I did notice that it started creasing maybe after like 4 or 5 hours. That was soon. It doesn't normally happen when I use some of my other concealers on my lids, and it definitely doesn't happen at all when I go in with a good eye primer. Like I barely even, you know, did an eye look. I only applied a little bit of like matte, you know, and then a little bit of shimmer on top, and that was it. So my eyelids shouldn't be creasing the way they're creasing right now. See, that's a lot right there. I want you to take a look at both of my under eyes. This is how it looks set with powder. And again, I use this powder from Christian Louboutin that it's beautiful. I do feel that this one, it's a little worse than this one. But I want you to tell me what you think about it. I do appreciate the fact that this concealer didn't dry out my under eyes, and at the same time, it didn't get too oily or greasy at all. It didn't even drag down my mascara, and that's a good look, because there is some concealers that if they get too oily at the end of the day, you're gonna end up with mascara and a bunch of shit under your eyes. It did settle a little bit into my fine lines, and that's what you see right there. But it's not deal breaker. You know, everything down here looks good. Besides the messy packaging, look at this. It's getting on my last nerve. This is something you're not gonna stop. Look how much wasted concealer I already have right here. But that's something that you have to deal with it the same way I'm dealing with it if you want this concealer. But I can't complain about anything else, even if I wanted to. This is a very comfortable concealer. I love the consistency. It's not too thick or too thin. It hits the spot. And when it comes to the hydration, it got the perfect amount. It's glowy, but not too glowy, so it's not going to emphasize texture, because there is some concealers that they have so much hydration that they be making the under eyes look weird. You're not gonna have the issue with this one, especially if you have mature under eyes. It is 1,000 times better than the OG concealer that I really don't like, because this concealer can get very dry from time to time. But if you're a fan of this concealer, you are going to be obsessed with this one. Facts. I love the fact that a little bit goes a long way. It immediately gets rid of the redness and dark circles. I like the way it looks without powder on set as is. It is the perfect concealer for every day or when you need a little bit of extra help. This is gonna give you the blend it and forget it type of situation. You don't have to be on top of it. You don't have to watch it throughout the day to see if you're looking crazy, and that means a lot to me when it comes to a concealer. I also feel that without powder, it looks the most natural, your skin but better. It stays in place. I didn't even have to blend it with my finger or any type of brush at all while I was out. Now, when it comes to powder, like right now, it's set. I do think that it looks so much better in person. I definitely do think that it settled a little bit into my fine lines, but like I told you before, it's not a big deal. We all have fine lines. We can get rid of them. I totally have some other concealers that make them look a lot worse. And again, in person, my under eyes, they're not looking fucked up, cracking, creasing, ugly, none of that. So when it comes to this concealer creasing, it doesn't really crease. But overall, I do think that this cutie right here made everything down there look a lot better. It provides coverage, longevity, non-drying, and it's really smoothing. I was just looking at myself through the monitor and I see it, and I'm sure you can see it too, that when you look at this under eye area right here, it even looks a little bit blurred in. You clearly see the texture that I have going on in the rest of my face. It's shiny. It's looking already like, hey, we need some help. But right here, it looks nice and smooth. So the settling that we have going on, it is very close to my lower lashes. That's where we blink. We can stop that. And that's why I'm telling you that it's okay. It's still a beautiful concealer. But alright, boo thing, don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this concealer? Do you like it? You don't like it? Let me know. And I love you to the moon and back. Mwah! See you on the next one.